Hey guys, I'm Russ.
And I'm Angie.
And I am a recovering addict to pornography and lustful behaviors.
And as his wife and support person, I'm here to help those who have been affected by pornography use and to help you find hope and healing in your life.
In this episode, we are going to talk about the importance of sponsors and support people. It's important to have a sponsor and or support people in your life that know about your addiction and the trials that you're going through, to be able to talk to and to open up with, and when you have questions or you're in need of help, they are there, able to support you or give you aid, talk you through things, and just to re-motivate you to want to do better.
And even as a support person, I think it's important to have your own circle of support, so that you have someone that you can lean on when you're going through hard times yourself. As support people, we tend to carry a lot of weight on our shoulders, and being able to have an outlet or someone that you can talk to, that you can trust, and that will be able to help you and be supportive and not bring you down even more is really important as well.
So there are many different people that you can have to support you. I like to have as many as I can. Any and every different type of leader or people in different areas of your life. You can have ecclesiastical leaders, professional counselors, you have friends and family members. You can also have groups. There are a lot of sex addiction therapy groups out there. I'm sure you can do a Google search of SA meetings in your area and to find a local meeting time and place. Of course, there are also sponsors. You can find a sponsor in those group meetings, are usually a good way to get started, or through different apps and therapy programs. They can help you set up sponsors. And then, of course, your spouse, if you happen to be married, or your significant other, really. For me, I've had a couple different sponsors before, different areas as we moved. But the best sponsor that I have found has actually been Angie. Because who better knows you than your significant other, your spouse, the person that you spend the most of the time with, who loves and cares for you and shares your home and your family and your bed with, to be there to talk to and to turn to for love and support.
I will say though that it's probably not for everyone. I know there are some women out there that don't really want to have much to do with the recovery process. It can be very painful. It can be very painful to hear some of the things that are going on. So it just depends on your situation and what you think is a support person that you can handle.
Now we want to cover a little bit about how to choose people to talk to, who to bring into your circle of friends and your A-team, like I like to call it, as my accountability team, people who I look to for support and reach out to when I need help with temptations and struggles and stuff. Great place to start is your ecclesiastical leader, if you happen to be religious at all. He or she will be there to support you spiritually, emotionally. We've had bishops help us relationship-wise as well. You really can't go wrong there. As far as we've found, they've never been judgmental or anything like that. Really supportive. Next great place to look is somebody like a professional therapist. That's what they're they've gone to school for. That's their job. That's what they are professionals in. The downside to that is they may not be as open and readily available to talk as others are. I don't know, they may charge you per text. Who knows? Upside to that is you get to see them on a regular basis, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, every other week, whatever kind of schedule you have set up with them. It's a consistent meeting and follow-up with that person. Next, those sponsors in sex addiction therapy or pornography addiction therapy groups are an excellent place to look as well. I mean, they're other people who have gone through the same thing and hopefully worked the steps and have some sobriety time under their belt, who can help guide you, on your path to recovery and to give you support and advice with different stages, different areas, different really ways of reacting with different temptations and how to prevent acting out. And the last one we want to cover is family and friends. This one is a little more, sensitive to who you want to tell. I know everybody's really reluctant to talk to their parents and siblings and friends. They don't want to be vulnerable and feel weak. And it can be really hard to talk to those who you love and care about issues that you're going through and looking for help. So as far as who to tell, really Angie's done most of that part. Thankfully, we haven't had anybody really be negative about it. Everybody that she's talked to, who we end up talking to, has been really positive and supportive with our progress and the this addiction that I'm working on, and she's supporting me with, and they've been surprised with how much she has been supportive and loving towards me. It wasn't until really more recently when I accepted that I had a problem, that I had an issue that I need to work on, and took responsibility for my actions and the things that I was doing, that I became more open to talking about it, to starting this channel, to letting more of our friends and family know about what's going on. At first I was scared about who she was talking to, who knew. I wanted to keep it hush-hush between me and her and the 2-3 people who already knew. But as I accepted what is going on and, like I said, just really owned my choices and the decisions I was making, that I was willing to be more vulnerable and open up to others and look for help myself.
And I will say that I was more open about the struggles that we were going through with certain people, but I was also very careful of who I was talking to. I pondered about it a lot and kind of just really felt who I could talk to or couldn't talk to. And I think it was helpful for me to be able to have that kind of thinking when things were okay, as well as, instead of just like telling whoever when I was struggling, because I found that to be a little bit less, or a little bit more careless. So it did help me to be able to like think about things first, and then reach out to those that I felt like I needed to when the time was right. And most often the friends that I did reach out to, they were also struggling with something similar to us, and so I felt like it was really guided, and it was really beneficial to both of us. As far as reaching out to family, it hasn't been very easy, but I think it's been helpful to be able to at least be able to have that open communication with our family members if we wanted to, or if we felt like we needed to, now that things are out in the open. I have had a handful, I guess, like negative experiences where I reached out in like, groups that I'm part of for support, and it just hasn't been welcomed or received very well. And so you do have to be very careful who you talk to, because you want the kind of support where not necessarily they're taking your side or their side, but that they're helping you to think clearly, as opposed to like being negative and, well, why are you still with them, or why are you sticking around, why aren't you leaving, why aren't you running for the hills? You don't want that kind of negativity. You want to be able to think more clearly, and so you need to have somebody that's going to provide that, that's going to even just let you speak to them and not say anything back if that's what you need. You just need to be able to have an outlet for yourself.
So we've talked about the importance of having a sponsor. One of the downsides to only having one sponsor is that he or she may not be available when you need them in a time of temptation or close to relapsing. So I recommend actually having more people. The more people you have, the better. What I do with my contacts in my phone is actually put a little icon next to their name. So when I need to reach out to somebody, I could just type in that icon, and it comes up with all the list of those names of people that I've put in, that I can reach out to for support. Whether it be friends or family members, people from other groups, sponsors, of course. The reason for that is, instead of reaching out to one person and just waiting for that one person to reply to you, you can have multiple texts going out. You can send out a message to everybody that you have on your accountability team, or I like to call my A-team. Send them a message that says, hey, I need somebody to talk to, are you available? And the first one to respond to you could be the 10th person to get your text. Just everybody else is busy and can't get to their phone. But in that way, somebody is going to get back to you. You're not waiting on one or two people. You have multiple people to reach out to. And in that case, we'll be able to talk to you and hopefully help you work through your temptation, or even just to be able to be accountable to. If you happen to be home alone, you can just send them a quick text or talk to them saying that, you're home alone, this is what's going on, she stepped out for a minute, this is my plan of action, this is what I plan on doing to keep myself busy, whether that's doing a project around the house, doing something off the honey-do list, putting on music to keep your mind distracted. Whatever the situation may be, it's just important to have somebody to reach out to, somebody to talk to, and the more people you have, the more likely you'll find somebody to be available to talk to.
All right, and as far as me being his support person, we do our trust discussions every single day, which are mentioned in another video, and I will link that down in the description box below. But that obviously helps us to build trust, and I think also having me be his support person and having really him be my support person as well, helps us just be able to open up that line of communication and be able to build our relationship up as well, because there's no secrets between us. There's no negative emotions that are kept buried. We just really talk about everything and are able to work through it. Also, I go to the support meetings that he goes to with him, because it's a meeting for couples. So obviously if it was just for men or women, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't be, that wouldn't work. But we go to one that's for couples, and that's very helpful for both of us. It helps me to be able to see an even more vulnerable side of him when he's in the group setting, as well as me have those other spouses that are there, or other support people that are there, to be able to lean on and be able to build relationships with.
So we've covered quite a few different areas of support people, but like anything else, it's pointless if you don't utilize them. It's very important to actually reach out to your support people when you are feeling tempted or when you're in a bad situation. I've had sponsors before, like I said. At that time, it was just one at a time here and there. As I was being tempted, I would feel ashamed to reach out to them, or I didn't want to bother them, even though we agreed on communication and roles of each other. But again, I just felt like I didn't want to bother them.
It's that shame.
Yes. So you could have 50 people in your contacts on your A team, but it's pointless if you don't reach out to them. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. That's just a little bit about what we have on support persons and sponsors. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Comment below, send us an email.
And guys, if you're not subscribed to our channel yet, please be sure to click that subscribe button down below. Turn on the notifications so that you know when we upload. And the more people that see this, the more that we can spread the message and be able to help others find hope and healing in their relationship, in their life, and whatever they need. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.